We've talked about Mama June and the family over here for at least a good, oh my goodness, a year and a half, maybe longer. And I've been a fan of the show for much longer than that. The thing I always appreciated about this show is it shows how dysfunctional families really are. You know how some reality shows, for example, the Chrisleys, right? The Chrisleys really just made it all out like everything was perfect, everybody was great, and there was little comedic relief things that they added in. But honestly, the perfect family, that's what you thought. That's what we thought. But with Mama June and her crew, they've always been dysfunctional. They've also showcased, I believe, a lot of really important topics as well, like mental health, recovery, addiction, how those things can really affect a family, and how it can tear a family apart, how it affects the children involved in a situation when you have a parent that is struggling with addiction, and everything in between, which I appreciate. And that's why I've been such a big fan of the show up until recently. You guys may remember I did put this over on my channel. They did a live TikTok that was horrendous. It was horrible. And it was all prefaced around Draylon Cardwell, which is Alana's boyfriend. I'm sure you guys know all about him and some of the things that he's been doing recently. So news had broke that Draylon had been in this high-speed car chase and put a lot of people in danger, number one, but didn't stop for the cops. All of these things. Alana was in the car. Once they did a pit maneuver to get them to finally stop. They had to do all of this to even get Draylon to stop because he was for real running. And they did. They cuffed Draylon. They took him to jail. He had a friend in the car. They both went to jail on outstanding warrants. Draylon also caught a few more charges as well, which I covered all of that in that video. And Alana, she did get cuffed, but they did end up letting her go. Someone just had to come and pick her up. She did not get any charges. And the response to this situation, the way that this family acted was ridiculous, you guys. I was shocked by the response from all of them. But when Alana said that it don't matter who supports her or who keeps watching her, she's still going to have a hit show on WeTV. All I could think in my heart was, humble yourself, girl. Like, you really need to humble yourself because all of it can be taken away tomorrow. The way that they talked, the profanity that they used, the way that they treated their fans, everything about that live stream was horrible. And listen, I get that the hate and everything that these celebrities, these reality TV stars get can be a lot. So I don't want to take away from that. They get it from all angles all the time. But the concerns and the things that people were saying in that live chat were legitimate concerns. Draylon could have killed someone. He could have really hurt somebody. And for Alana and Pumpkin and them to sit there and say, it's not your business, mind your business, don't worry about what we're doing, you're worried about us when there's people doing this and people doing that. Y'all are public figures, number one. That's number one. So when you do things that are dangerous, or anything for that matter, you would think they know this at this point. People are going to talk about it, but especially when it's things that puts other people in danger, people are going to have some questions. And the way that they reacted was a huge turnoff for me as someone who has supported the family, and especially the girls in this situation, the kids in this situation. I have been a huge supporter of them and everything that they've been through, rooting for them, so the way that they acted was uncalled for. I may be wrong, but I don't think I am. To this day, there's not been an apology for it. Nothing. They just did this 2-hour-long live stream, cussing everyone out, treating everyone like crap, especially Alana. Alana's behavior and the fact that Pumpkin didn't step in whatsoever and be like, all right, girl, like, you need to tone it down some. Even Mama June came on. I will say, out of all of them, Mama June was the most respectful and was the most mature one out of the bunch. And so many of you guys in the chat were basically saying, like, I'm not going to watch this show anymore. This was a huge turnoff. Their behavior and the way that they acted over this, something that's very serious and very dangerous. Nope, not watching no more. But I can't help but to sit here and question, do they not realize that that could have been Alana that got hurt? Like, Alana could have gotten hurt. And then what? Would they have still done the live stream, cussing everybody out, telling everybody it ain't their business, sticking up for Draylon, making jokes about the things he done? Would it still have been okay? I wanted to come on here to not only gauge how you guys are feeling about this new season, if you're going to be tuning in, what you guys think, but also to share this newish trailer with y'all and chat. Drama for real, you guys. Drama for real. They got me with that one. They did. One of the first things that really stuck out to me in this one was them talking about Alana, aka Honey Boo Boo's diva attitude and how she's starting to act like her mama. It does make sense because what we've seen on that live stream, and if you just follow her on TikTok at all, you guys, you will see this is a pattern with her at this point. You can tell she's really changing. Her attitude is changing. And listen, all teenagers go through something. They do. We go through rebellious phases. We go through things like that. And she has lived a life. She has. She's been through a lot. There's a lot of childhood trauma there. I don't want to take away from those things, but I have noticed her attitude and her behavior has become a little diva-like, more than a little, very diva-like, and just problematic. I've always thought that she needed her big sister because that's the only real guidance she has in her life. And I still believe that, but I think that Pumpkin herself is probably struggling with this phase with Alana, number one. As we heard here, she's like, you're not even my mama for real. So Alana's not listening to her. Alana's doing her own thing. It kind of feels to me, and again, this is just my opinion. I have no idea. I could be completely off, but it feels like Pumpkin's just kind of gave up on it. She's got her hands full. She's young herself, which leaves Alana in this place of not really having much guidance. I'm hoping it's just a phase that she lives and learns, humbles herself. What do you guys think is going on there? Do you think that Alana is just going through a phase that a lot of teenagers go through, and that Pumpkin is really just too busy, too distracted with her own kids and her own life to be the guidance to really step up and do something about it? Because when you're around the age that Alana is, it can be hard to really discipline someone that old, because they're in between being a young adult and still being a child, but they think they know everything. They think they got it all figured out. So it's hard to tell them anything. I know that they got this family therapy, Dr. Ish on the show stuff, but I think they need real family therapy, not no Dr. Ish for the screens, for the TV screens, some real therapy up in there. I think that she had to grow up way too fast. I think she's seen way too much at a very young age. You know, the whole saying, you get in with the wrong crowd. Well, things that Draylon's been doing is definitely not good. So that could also have an impact on her behavior and the way she's acting. Just the people that she is around probably doesn't help either. But I agree. I think her childhood and the way she's been raised and everything really does play a big part in this. Obviously, we're going to see the wedding. Apparently, that was a big thing that kind of got the family back to communicating and talking to one another, is the fact that Mama June and Justin finally had their wedding ceremony, and the whole family was there, including Anna, who we've been covering here as well. Just recently found out that she has adrenal carcinoma cancer, stage 4. I do wonder if we're going to see that unfold or be talked about on here, because the family did keep that under wraps. They've not really talked about it. And I just assume it was for respect for Anna and what Anna's going through, to give Anna the time to talk about it in her own time. But there is a big possibility that they talked about it on the show, and that was the reason, because these shows are contracted. They're not allowed to talk about certain things while before the seasons air, things of that nature. So there is a possibility that we are going to see that be discussed on there. I doubt Anna's going to be on the show. There's a lot of past history there. Mama June has done some stuff to these kids, has allowed some stuff to happen to her children. The damage from that, I don't think it is fixable. However, I do think, and I did a short about this a few days ago, because a lot of people were saying, how can Anna have a relationship with her mom after everything that her mother allowed, and then continued supporting that man to any extent? How? I'm not Anna, so I don't know. But I think that when you get devastating news like that, where your life is literally on the line and you don't know what your future looks like or what's going to happen, and everything is so unpredictable, I do think that things like that and what happened to her and what all of it, that is something you can't change. It happened in the past, and although it's still very much, it's horrible, it's awful, at the same time, it's nothing can be changed about it. So I could only imagine, if I got a diagnosis like what Anna did, I would want to be surrounded by my loved ones, my family, everyone, and just trying to make amends. I don't think that their relationship is 110%, and it probably never will be. But according to several sources, Mama June has been trying to step up to the plate and be there to support Anna, going to her doctor's appointments, taking care of the kids whenever Anna's not feeling well. It is sad that this had to happen in order for Mama June to kind of step up and do those things, because she should have always done those things. In my personal opinion, again, it shouldn't have took something this detrimental and this devastating for you to be the mother you should have always been. But when it comes to Anna and how Anna is able to have this relationship with Mama June and try to fix things with her and the rest of her family as well, I understand. And I think that I probably would do the same.